From WVLT, you're watching Kelsey Lair and Kyle Granger on Local 8 News.
Good morning, 7:30 here. I'm Kelsey Lair.
And I'm Kyle Granger. It's good to see all of you on this Saturday morning. We've got kind of a strange look for most of you. You're going to say, what are they doing? Yeah, we're in a temporary home for at least a little while. So just bear with us. We've got big things coming.
Yeah, and it is exciting times. I mean, it feels kind of like an adventure, I've been saying all morning. Just here and in a new place doing the same news, though. So.
Kind of like getting a new car. You're not used to where all the buttons and stuff and what everything does. So we're adjusting quickly here this morning.
Yeah, so bear with us. We got big things on the horizon, but we have hot things on the real horizon outside.
It is hot because the lights are literally in our face, and you can see it's already hot on the outside. There's a couple of clouds, a few issues with fog around the region. Be careful if you head out on an early drive. 76 in Knoxville, Maryville, and Farragut. 77 for Oak Ridge. No relief if you head out early this morning. This is going to be the best time of day to head out if you have anything to do on the outside, maybe the early morning jog or do something out in the yard. You can see the clouds and a few spotty showers that tried to fire up this morning. They have died on out. So for today, we go from 76 this morning to about 97 by the afternoon. It's going to feel like 100. Spotty storms also in the forecast. We'll look at the rest of the weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, good news if you love going to Dollywood like we both do. The park's going to stay open more days this year due to a strong attendance so far. Splash Country has also added days from August 15th through the 19th.
Dollywood says that they're going to be adding extra days in December as well to allow for more folks to see Dollywood's Christmas shows and the 4 million lights that are throughout the park. That's always nice to see. And back to what we were talking about earlier. If you're wondering why our set looks just a little bit different this morning, here's a behind the scenes look. The lights are off in the old studio. We actually moved to the old sports office. They moved to a different part of the building. So our engineers got busy in this little space converting it into our temporary set.
Yeah, it's really cute. I love it, actually. We're going to be here for the next few weeks while we build a new state-of-the-art news set. We've got some great things in store here at Local 8, so you're going to want to stay tuned for all of that. Well, here is a party for a good cause.
Friends of Literacy held a luau in Knoxville last night. They are ready. How about that? 160 people enjoyed the island food, luau dancers, and a fire eater. The money raised will provide free GED classes for adults in Knoxville who do not have a high school diploma.
Well, when an adult receives their GED, they're able to earn $10,000 more a year.
Last night's luau was the first of its kind for Friends of Literacy, and they did pretty good there. Tickets were sold out. Well, do you remember VCRs? I do. They're still being made, but unfortunately not for much longer. The world's last video cassette recorder will be manufactured later this month.
That's according to Japan's Funai Electric Company. The company claims to be the only VCR manufacturer left. The company first started making VCRs back in 1983. How am I going to play my tapes? I'm going to have to get them converted.
End of an era. And the Pokemon Go craze is still sweeping the nation. Yes, this is still a thing. And now it's breaking records for Apple. It's the most downloaded app in its first week. It shot to the top of the free apps chart and has stayed there ever since. People are also playing Pokemon Go longer than most apps. According to a research firm Sensor Tower, users spend more time on average playing Pokemon Go than they do on Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter.
Well, in the game of college football, recruiting, it's never too early to start looking at prospective talent, right?
Yeah, that's what Coach Butch Jones says because he has his eyes on a local 8th grader, and he has invited him to be a Vol. Elijah Howard is a rising 8th grader at Webb School here in Knoxville. He attended camp at UT this week and impressed the coaches and prompted them to offer him a scholarship to play for the Big Orange. Now, if you're keeping count there, 8th grade, that makes Howard a part of the 2021 signing class.
Wow.
Very impressive there. Well, if you've spent a good amount of time in East Tennessee, you probably have seen several barns on the side of the road, maybe as you're driving down the interstate.
Yeah, they're pretty iconic. A few of them have the words Sea Rock City painted on the side. Not many are left, and one built nearly 100 years ago is getting a fresh coat of paint.
On a 2-lane stretch of U.S. Route 129 in Blount County sits the Cross family barn.
It was built by my husband's great-grandparents. The building started in 1923 and was finished in 1926.
The barn's 93-year-old boards bear one of the South's most recognizable relics of Americana.
It's just a Southern icon. I mean, we have people from all over the country come in and have seen the Rock City Barn.
These barnside billboards began popping up along America's rural roads back in 1936, and at its peak, reached some 900 barns across the country. The Cross Barn, now just one of 62 left standing, was in need of a makeover. So the folks from Rock City brought up a crew to repaint the barn, and in doing so, preserve a roadside piece of American history.
That's pretty special. Yeah, that's pretty special. I hope that we can, continue to preserve it.
It's one of those barns that we want to preserve so that generations hopefully can keep coming back and seeing the barn and drawing them to Rock City.
Hours of spraying and painting on a well-worn canvas with a steady hand, all under the watchful eye of the barn's owner, a few dozen goats, and an old car, return a once faded facade to a scene from years gone by.
Oh, my husband grew up here. It's sentimental to him. He has great memories of jumping out of the hayloft onto the hay wagon. We have a son, and I just love that we can raise him in that same environment.
I mean, what we're trying to do is obviously advertise, people to come and see Rock City, but we're also hoping to preserve this for future generations. We have grandparents bring their kids to Rock City, and the first thing they'll say is, the first memory of coming into Chattanooga is see that Rock City barn, and we want the generations to come. And unless we're able to preserve this way, then there will be none left.
A tropical storm is making its way to the shores of Hawaii. Meteorologists say Tropical Storm Darby is expected to come within 100 miles of the Big Island by tonight. So far, winds have been recorded up to 25 miles per hour, and the surf is rising along the eastern shoreline. Experts have rolled out a high surf advisory for much of the east coastline, with waves reaching 10 feet or larger. So, Kyle, is that going to have any type of impact on us? I know we've got
absolutely not
a lot of hot weather here, but rain, are we going to see any of that?
We
or high
would love
winds?
some of the rainfall from this. One thing a tropical system can do is just dump lots and lots of rainfall on a particular area. Good news is this is a tropical storm, so it shouldn't be all that bad. They're probably prepared for that kind of weather. On the outside here, we'd love the showers. We'd love a little bit of breeze, but we're not getting it. Check out this live look in Pigeon Forge. Nothing happening in terms of the flags flying, the trees, no breeze on the outside. It is sticky. We're in the 70s this morning. How about 76 for Knoxville, 77 for Oak Ridge, 73 for La Follette, 72. Good morning to everyone up in London. We're adding 20 degrees or so by the afternoon. We're going to feel like 100 definitely with lots of sunshine. Partly cloudy skies to start off with. We're going to have a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day today. We'll fire off a couple of showers and storms by the afternoon. We put the futurecast in the motion from 9 this morning to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when the showers fire up, maybe even a heavy shower by 4 o'clock for parts of Anderson County. We'll roll this right on into motion and show you that for the rest of the evening, these are going to die on out. And then we're looking for partly cloudy skies overnight tonight. There it is in motion as the storms fade away through the evening hours. We wake up on Sunday with a few clouds around and again warm as you head off to church. Again, this is the place to be today if you can head out by the pool. Maybe you're wanting to head out and do some rafting over in Hartford or tubing in Townsend. How about by noon? 88 degrees, so already warming up. The high this afternoon, Kelsey, 97.
Woo, that is hot.
Yes.
Thanks, Kyle. Well, sometimes great things come in small packages. Reporter Mark Dempsey explains how that was the case for a 10-pound service dog who saved his owner from a fast-moving train.
He may be small, but 10-year-old Hook knows when something isn't right.
But the stuff I've seen him do, there's like some intuitive type stuff.
Hook, who is named after the Peter Pan character, Captain Hook, is a licensed service dog for his owner, Joyce Herman, who is hearing impaired.
I have more trouble with environmental sounds like outside. When there's competing noises, I have like a 50-50 hearing loss.
That was exactly the scenario recently when Joyce was downtown near K Street. She and Hook were crossing the busy intersection, but Joyce didn't see or hear an oncoming RT train.
And I was probably about in the middle of the street, and then Hook started jumping on me. And so when I got to the track, Hook just pulled me off the track. He like ran and he pulled me off the track. And I turned around and it's like, here I am and here's the train, and it's shoo, just missed me. I would say about a foot. Oh my gosh, I can't believe, that my dog did this and saved my life.
For his efforts, Hook has earned himself a spot as one of 8 finalists for the upcoming Hero Dog Awards, presented by the American Humane Association. The national winner will be announced in September.
I think every dog is a hero to somebody, and they don't have to be a service dog, a guide dog, or even a therapy dog. They could just be their dog and, give you a lick once in a while and give you that love that you need.
Well, in 3 minutes, a beach covered in sea lettuce has turned the sand green and made for some unique reactions. And another one of our favorite videos from the week, watch as this dog trust falls into his owner's arms.